You may have a basic understanding of what financial freedom is, but just in case that you don't, let me give you a quick explanation of what exactly it is. Financial freedom basically means that you get to make life decisions without being overly stressed about the financial impact because you are prepared. You control your finances instead of them really controlling you. And over the last few years, I've been on my own journey in trying to achieve this financial freedom and try to achieve that financial freedom a lot sooner than later. So today in this video, I wanted to share some key points that I found in achieving financial freedom using frugality and frugal living to kind of expedite the process. And I'm sure by the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of what you need to do starting today and moving forward to try and achieve this goal. Mindset shift. So I've noticed that frugal-minded people think a little bit different than, I guess, your normal person. The normal person that thinks the way that everyone else thinks with money and how they spend it. Frugal people usually process everything that they're buying and use intention whenever they go out and spend money. Frugal people usually cut out the non-necessities that they don't really need and kind of focus on the certain things that they do need to spend their money on and be mindful when they're wasting money. Most people usually just go out, spend money, buy whatever they really want, and they don't really stop and analyze what they're buying and pretty much how much money they're spending on that certain item. So it's very important to kind of take a minute and kind of analyze and figure out, why am I buying this item? How much am I spending on this item? Is there an alternative way? Can I save a little bit money going somewhere else? Do I really need this item? Does it bring me any value? Frugal-minded people kind of think about all of these things when they do make a purchase. So it's kind of important to actually analyze what you're buying and analyze how much money you're spending on a certain item before you actually move forward in purchasing that item. Try transitioning from, buying whatever you want, whenever you want, to actually thinking about, should I buy this item? Should I spend my money on this item? Does it bring me any value? Does it bring me any joy? Is it really that important to get right now? Or am I just kind of buying it because I'm so used to just buying whatever I want? I'm used to getting my paycheck and buying the things that I wanted throughout the whole week and just kind of purchasing it. If I can purchase it, why not purchase it, right? But I want you to kind of transition that mindset and kind of look into an item that you're buying and really think to yourself, does this really bring me any value? Now, I do this for pretty much everything that I buy, and sometimes I do it a little bit too much, but I can definitely say that it saved me a lot of money. For example, I wanted to get a new pair of shoes. My old shoes were kind of worn out, they were dirty, they were getting holes on the bottom, and I kind of analyzed it that way. I looked into it and I said, do I really need these shoes, or can I just find an old pair in my closet that aren't as worn and just, wear those for now? Do I really want to go out, spend $60 to $70 on a new pair of shoes when I can really just, use an old pair of shoes that I just don't wear all the time? I was asking myself, do I really want to spend that $70 on a new pair of shoes, or can I find a different alternative? Saving that $70 doesn't seem like a lot, but when you think about this, for every purchase that you make, everything kind of adds up and you'll be able to save a lot of money throughout the month. So kind of switching your mindset in the frugal mindset is really going to help you in achieving financial freedom a lot sooner than later. Create a highly profitable skill. So financial freedom definitely just doesn't come overnight, right? Oftentimes we kind of spread ourselves super thin throughout the month with bills and rent, car payment, food, just the basic necessities. Then we sort of save whatever money is left over after we pay all of our necessities and kind of use that towards savings or investing or whatever the case may be. And I've been in this position, and I'm sure you've been in this position. I'm sure you're very familiar with it, but we can all say that saving, just a little bit each and every month or each and every week after we paid everything that we need to pay isn't really going to help us in the long run. It's gonna get us to a certain point, but it's gonna take a lot longer. We don't wanna wait a long time before we actually can achieve financial freedom. We wanna do that soon. We wanna do that as soon as possible. So how do we achieve this as soon as possible, right? Well, my honest opinion, and what I think is one of the most powerful ways to do this, is pretty much adding to your income sources. Pretty much finding a side hustle or finding another job, another highly profitable skill that you can add on to whatever you're doing at the moment, and try to make a little bit more money each and every week or each and every month, and just kind of add on to that that sum that you're gonna be putting towards your financial freedom goal pretty much. So like I said, you can do this through side hustles. You can kind of complement your main source of income or your 9-to-5 job with a side hustle on the weekends or at nighttime or before work, whatever the case may be. You can get extra side hustles. You can do multiple side hustles at one time. You can, try to find just different ways to earn money. You can flip items on Facebook Marketplace, on OfferUp. But the main goal here is to really just make more money. You wanna have multiple sources of income so you can achieve that financial freedom a lot sooner than later. Although if we go back to what I said earlier about the mindset shift, if you don't make that mindset shift, all this extra money that you're making with your side hustles or with your additional sources of income, it's gonna go back towards buying things that you want, going towards, wasting that money basically, and you're not gonna use that money to put towards your financial freedom fund. So I really want you to consider that all of this extra money that you're making, put it towards savings, put it towards investing maybe, whatever the case may be. You can do really whatever you want with your money, but try to be smart with that money. Don't go to your old ways of just spending on whatever you want whenever you want it. Cut down on excess costs. I want to take this one step further. So you change your mindset, you're thinking like a frugal person, you're thinking about the frugal living lifestyle. You create an additional source of income, you have a side hustle, you have multiple side hustles, whatever the case may be, and you're putting money away, you're saving it, you're investing it, you're not spending it, but you can only get so far with that, right? You can only get so far with saving money. You can pay all your expenses, all your bills, your car payment, your food, all your living expenses. You can put the rest into the savings, but it's gonna take you a while to get there, right? Now, my whole thing is I wanna expedite this process. I wanna achieve financial freedom a lot sooner than later. So we have to take it one step further. And the way that I like to do this is cutting down on my expenses. So I have all these living expenses, right? I have to pay for rent, I have to pay for food, I have to pay for a car, most cases. I have a lot of bills that I need to pay. Now, if I could cut those bills just down 10%, say I had 10 bills that I had to pay for and I cut them all down by 10%, I'm saving quite a bit of money. And oftentimes we kind of overlook this technique. We don't really think about what we're already spending because we kind of think that that's just a set in stone price that we have to pay every month. But really, that's not the case. You can actually analyze everything that you're actually spending on. So your rent, see if you can negotiate that down. Maybe you can move. Maybe you can move into a smaller place, have a smaller rent payment. Maybe you can house hack. Maybe you can roommate with someone. If you can just save 10% on your rent, will that expedite the process of you achieving financial freedom? Maybe you have a new car that you're driving. Maybe you have a $400 car payment that you have to pay every single month just to drive a new car. What if you got rid of that car, gave it back to the dealership, sold it, whatever the case may be, and bought a used car? Get a car that just gets you from point A to point B and that has everything you pretty much need, but you'll own it straight out. Do you think that saving that monthly car payment every single month will help you in achieving financial freedom? I definitely think it will. I definitely have done this already. I got rid of my car payment. I bought a used car. I don't have a car payment every single month anymore. And I'm saving a lot more money just by doing that one little thing. Maybe you shop at the most expensive grocery store. Maybe you can find a cheaper grocery store and cut down your grocery bill by 10, 20%. Maybe you eat out, 4 times a week. Maybe you can stop eating out 4 times a week and start cooking food at home. Now, what I'm saying here is that you're gonna be able to cut your living expenses quite a bit if you just take the time to put the thought into what you're spending and what you're buying and try to cut that down just a little bit. You don't have to get rid of it completely. Obviously, you have to eat throughout the week, right? So just try to figure out ways to kind of cut that expense down. And all of that added up together will make a significant decrease in the amount that you're spending every single month. And what this results in is you making extra money without you having to do very much, right? You're not going out and getting a second job. You're just kind of, cutting down your expenses to kind of help you in achieving financial freedom and just helping you for your future. So to kind of wrap things up, if you just cut down a little bit from each expense that you have, you build another side hustle or you build an additional source of income, and you kind of change your mindset on the way that you think about spending money, all of this added together is definitely going to help you in achieving financial freedom, and you're gonna be able to achieve financial freedom a lot sooner than later. I personally have been doing all of these for the last few years, and I've definitely seen a huge increase in my bank account and just, my quality of life in general, honestly. I'm a lot happier. I kind of value things a little bit more, and I kind of deciphered what I like to spend my money on and what I want to spend my money on. So I'm going to continue to work towards my financial freedom and using all of these techniques as we go on to achieve that. So that's what I got for you guys. If you got any value from this video at all, please give it a like. And if you like the way that I explain things and you want to hear more from me, then consider subscribing to my channel. It'll really help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.